Hey folks, well, it's rigging day. I might actually get all of the wings done today. Shouldn't be too big an issue now. As you can see, if you've been following along, I have removed very carefully all those strips of tape that held the rigging line already attached to the underside of the top wing. And I had it secured out of the way so I could attach the top wing. I managed to get all those pieces of tape off without pulling up any paint, which I didn't expect would happen, or pulling out any of the lines, the flexible line that was glued in to the underside of the top wing. That's now all dangling down below on both sides of the fuselage, and it's going to be time to thread the needle, or actually thread 28 lines through crisscross from top to bottom into the corresponding holes that I drilled out along the bottom wing and right next to the engine mounts or the nacelles and the fuselage. It's not really that complicated. The line is really good. The holes are bigger than they need to be so that I can actually get the line through, and I will be then holding it with tension with these clamp tweezers. I've got 4 of them, so I can do 4 lines before releasing and starting over again. And then I will be applying a little bit of Loctite super glue. This is power gel. It's pretty thick, but I can control the flow, put just a tiny little drop or bead on a toothpick and apply that to the top of the hole and get it punched down in there after I've secured the line through the bottom wing with some tension at an angle. That's how I did the Go-To Bomber. That had even more lines of rigging because there were more wing bays than on the DH-10. Okay, now the cross strut interplane or interwing struts, the bracing is not line. I used what I like to use for that, which is the SBS metal, flat metal. This 0.3 millimeters, 3/10 of a millimeter in width. And I just find that works a whole lot easier. The only tricky thing about getting that in is not bumping it as you're trying to get it fixed in place, because it'll bend awfully easy. But once it's secured top and bottom, crisscross across each of the wing struts, it's pretty safe in there. I've used it indeed for an entire plane, but I only use it for the interwing struts or interplane struts on this scale or this bomber. And then the model cast-in line is already in place. So I'll get to that process now. So I finished rigging the wings on the Havilland DH-10 this afternoon. 28 lines connecting top and bottom wings and struts and nacelles. It went together pretty easily. No major mishaps. The prep work was the key. And this method, while it's not ever going to win any concours without turnbuckles and with holes drilled through the wings, which will be patched up, it's efficient, and I think it works okay for this scale. The model cast-in line behaved very nicely, and I was able to get everything in place. I think I'm going to put on the landing gear or wheels landing gear assembly before I do the control cables and the rigging of the tailplane assembly. And then the last steps will be the props, the machine guns, the glass in the front there, and the rest of the crew. And we'll be done. I'm trying to get this to focus. A little difficult. Yeah. The line's fairly fine, so My camera wants to focus on the white paper towel rather than on the lines themselves. But they're in there. And yeah, glad I've got that behind me. Although the wing, putting the wing on was a lot more fraught with nervousness and anxiety than doing the rigging. Thanks for watching.